Hello everyone, this is Krishna, and we are talking about week 6 regarding the security tools of a JFrog. So let's start with it. JFrog provides tools to support and implement DevSecOps, but adoption of a new process comes with the right mindset, culture, and willingness to do. So also forcing people to adopt a new process without assessing the impacts of their productivity. It's technically a big red flag. So DevSecOps involves the security teams, which comes from the totally different world that developers and ops, which is the DevOps. So you need to layer out a concrete plan to implement a process and then support it by using tools. Right? So let's see our why to choose JFrog security tools uh, is an essential for any organization committed to securing their software supply chain. Deep integrations with an Artifactory and comprehensive scanning tools and continuous monitoring and extensive automation options make it a standout for a proactive security and compliance management. So whether you're looking to enhance your DevSecOps practices or software components which are safe and compliant, JFrog security tools totally provides the tools and insight necessary to achieve all your DevSecOps goals. So to start with, this was the early detection is part of an proactive security and compliance, identifies security vulnerabilities and license violations at the earliest stage of the development, and also preventing issues from progressing to a production. So by catching these issues early helps to reduce the risk of security breaches and non-compliance. So native integration is uniquely integrated within a JFrog Artifactory and also leveraging extensive metadata to provide deep insights into the relationship and dependencies of their software components and to allow more accurate and comprehensive analysis. Uh, Deep recursive scanning, recursively, as it states, recursively scanning all components and dependencies down to the smallest binary level. Whether you're analyzing Docker images or complex applications, and JFrog security tools ensures every component is thoroughly checked. Uh, as universal Artifactory analysis supports all major packaging formats and ensuring no components go unscanned. So available as a self-hosted solution and also under JFrog SaaS platforms such as AWS, Google Cloud, and Amazon, Microsoft Azure. Also, allows you to choose a deployment model that best fits with your infrastructure as well as your business needs. And JFrog security tools such as X-ray curation and JAS, JFrog advanced security tools continuously updates its vulnerabilities database and performs ongoing impact analysis and ensures your software is always protected against the latest threats. And as it says, the graphs, as it provides your visual representation of how vulnerabilities in one component can affect others, aiding it quickly decision making and remediation. So vulnerability database, it's from a JFrog team gets it from multiple sources, including National Vulnerability Database. Also, you might have heard a term called NVD, and GitHub and major Linux distributions all are enriched by a JFrog own research security research team, and they provide you a detailed insights and mitigation strategies. As the JFrog security tools, our ecosystem supports and REST APIs allow you custom automation workflows tailored within your project and enhancing efficiency, consistency in your vulnerability management. Custom policies defines and enforces custom security and compliance policies across the nation to ensure all your software meets your standards. SBOM generation, as I think we might have seen in my previous videos, where we talked about automatically generating your software bill of materials to provide detailed inventory of your all components. And especially it's useful for compliance and security auditing. As offers data, operational risk, and open source components, helping you to understand, mitigate potential issues beyond on the impact of your software. So overall, to summarize all this stuff, as a comprehensive JFrog security tools provides your comprehensive capabilities and proactive vulnerability detections, license compliance, and deep integrations with the JFrog Artifactory makes it an essential tool for ensuring the security and integrity of your software components throughout the development lifecycle. Right. So JFrog platform encompasses the full spectrum of the software supply chain, from a curation and creation of a consumption, and with an integration into your IDE plugins for advanced security. We also provide a comprehensive system for scanning dependencies at every stage, ensuring security artifacts, storage, and signed release bundles. So whether you're deploying on-premise to the cloud or to the edge, JFrog ensures a secure, compliant, and efficient within your pipeline, and also helps you to focus on your security during your coding phase, then integration and release, finally deployment. So we'll start with a shift left and focus on the curation coding phase. A lot of developers don't pay enough attention when downloading packages, dependencies during the development time. So that's why it's one of the easiest way for hackers to introduce malicious code in the software development. Shift left has become a pivotal approach, especially when we talk about a security in the software supply chain. So the core idea of a shift left to address security concerns as early in the development process. Essentially, they are shifting security focused to the left of the timeline of a project. So adopting a shift left approach is an secure systems development lifecycle. Also, you might have heard a term called SSDLC, which means building security into the DNA of the software development process. So it's a proactive stance aiming to detect and remediate any potential security violations or exposures as soon as the significantly reduce the risk and impact your security issues down to the line. So we're going to talk about every stage on our next slides, but you can see here, biggest picture is we have an Artifactory is the center of entire JFrog ecosystem. And we have in here curation, which is connected to our public repositories. And when a developer is pulling in security, is putting some policies attached over here. And based on that policies, the developer either can download or he might not be, depends on the kind of policies has been attached. So let's explore some JFrog curation process as an internal part of an ensuring software integrity and security. So the journey begins as we discussed in our previous slide, installing a packages via CLI, tapping into your remote and virtual repositories, curation policies, and come into a play scrutinizing each package. So this policy is crafted by curation admins and uh, based on security, legal, and operational conditions. They decide whether a package is approved, blocked, or set by a dry run. So uh, through this review process ensures not only the most secure and compliant packages, and the developer can use them. So some of our benefits comes in controlling your third-party dependencies before it's been introduced into your network during the development, testing, and production phases. So also it's you can trace ability and blocking capabilities at earlier stage and requires access to the JFrog catalog and JFrog X-ray installations as part of this. Right? So it's pretty much centralized visibility to all open source software downloads within your organization, and also it will it's a centralized risk prevention mitigation of your OSS software threats, and gradually uh, uh, rollout of your curation policies within the organization. So it's totally a greater developer experience for your entire organization. Right, so moving from curation to X-ray, JFrog fortifies the entire software supply chain from public upstream repositories to a final production. So developers using tools like IDE, CLI, or a Frogbot contribute to a secure store, build, release processes. So all this system embeds advanced security measures at every stage, covering configurations and secret managements, whether you're deploying to IoT devices or to the public cloud or on premises. Uh, so JFrog platform ensures a robust, secure, and hybrid environments. So now let's talk about JFrog X-Ray. Is an initially a SCA designed safeguard the software from vulnerabilities and at risk. X-Ray goes beyond the surface level analysis, detecting not only just vulnerabilities, but also malicious packages, licensing issues, and operational risk hidden within your software packages or components. So JFrog X-Ray vigilance is a continuous, it constantly monitors your repositories, providing immediately alerts whenever new vulnerabilities are discovered. And also, what does it mean? Is software is not just a scans once, but continuously safeguarding against emerging threats. Some of our benefits also helps you is it's tightly integrated. It can be integration within a CI/CD, and also successfully doing a deep scanning of your packages. Also, it has an reporting capabilities which are compliant with your the standard software of a bill of a material formats. It's, it's so as we discussed in our JFrog, these are the basic essentials. When you get an X-ray, you get all this offerings as part of your SBOM, vulnerabilities, malicious packages, scanning, and operational risk. But when you get in a Java, JFrog Advanced Security package, also comes with an and certain few scenarios like contextual analysis, which scans containers to identify, prioritize whether OS versus vulnerabilities like a CVEs are actually exploited within a specific application. Also, it's easy to mitigate operations. So, advanced secrets detection, as it says itself, detecting your secrets uh, within your packages are stored in Artifactory or accidentally by been leaked for internal tokens. Such kind of a stuff has been tracked, and application exposure is more like finding configuration issues, security malpractices, and insecure usage of your popular OSS libraries related to web application or application frameworks. Security exposures is detecting configuration issues and security malpractices for specific services, and it's within your artifacts. IAC security analysis stored in an artifactory such as Terraform states for an early detection and for cloud infrastructure misconfigurations to prevent attacks and data leaks. Static application security testing, SAST analysis, the organization's source code, the developer right to identify vulnerabilities, and software composition analysis, SCA, is analyzing open source software components for vulnerabilities. So maliciously packages and license issues, which SCA's does most of our stuff within your X-ray essentials, and SAST has been part of our JFrog advanced security tools. So as JFrog SAST discovers vulnerabilities in the first part of your code while working within your development environment, and also it has integrations within a couple of IDEs such as VS Code, Android Studio, JetBrains, and unlike some competitors' products, JFrog SAST does not need a complete build environment, and it runs locally on the developed machine. So no code is at risk leaving their environment. So, and it's a fast, efficient the scans. All right, so there are a few report types which JFrog generates from a security tools, and the vulnerability reports is about an artifacts like a builds, release bundles, and license list of our components and artifacts and the relevant licenses such as unknown licenses and unrecognized licenses found in a component. Security and license violations of components. Each component in the selected scope, such as a type of violation, impacted artifacts and severity. And operational risk within a project, and maybe a project is using outdated open source software components. So in overall comprehensive DevSecOps approach, both have a vital roles, but target different aspects of a security. So the CA ensures, so it is a component analysis, software component analysis, ensures that the third-party code relies on is not vulnerable and also providing a crucial layer of a security, whereas SAST contributes to an early detection of security issues within application code base. All right. So now it's time to move on to our demo. Let's call, I'm going to give you some walkthrough how I detect configurations in a curation and X-ray, and we're going to talk about all the stuff. So already a few of our scenarios already I discussed, but demos are provided you in previous, but still I'll go over the earlier one, give you some navigation walkthrough. Right. So I'm logging into my Artifactory system, and as part of this, come on, okay. I'll go over a few steps. First, I'll go to administration, which we talked about it, and I'll show you the curation. So I'll go to the curation repositories, which I configured, then we'll go over a system. So you can see here, already I turned on curation repository for my Docker, as well as my default Maven repository. I can see here, which you have to not only just creating a state, you have to make them active. So you can see here, state is active. Few of them are turned off by my team members or the peer team members. So once this has been done, and we'll go and create a policies on one of our example, I can show you here where this package has been configured. Then I can see here one of my Java Maven repository has been configured, and I can see the security has been created as identify malicious packages here. And similarly, I did configure a couple more for other scenarios. Okay, so once all this has been turned on, so these are for only for a remote curation is purely we do for a remote packages, whatever you're bringing in. So if I need to go back to my previous slide, let me go to my previous slide. It's going to be easier. So I can see here, this is where this curation configuration, whatever you've done is any public packages coming into Artifactory as part of a remote, they have been putting some policies over that. All right. So now once that's been done, now we are, this will be created and notifications, all the stuff for us. So now if I go to applications, you can see here, we set up a curation packages, we define a policies, what kind of a policies we needed. You can see here, it will send me in a block which have been configured, and anything has been blocked, I get an email notification for this part. So similarly, I have an audit also has been captured here. You can see here, all the packages will be doing it in the package of curation part. Right. So now let's go over to our X-ray, how to set it up. Then we'll go back to our application side. So as it states here, and I configure my information. This is at a high level. We don't need to do this in administration part and X-ray. That's a good. And if we go to an application side where I create a policies first, and you can see here I did created a policy for my Spring Boot application, which is on Pet Clinic. And from here, I define my policy. Maybe let me give you a walkthrough of my policy, what all I did it. So you can see here pretty much I detect a CV project. So the difference between a high level, if you see that in curation is for a remote, and X-ray is for after the package has been brought in to Artifactory. That is where the X-ray has been scanned between, you see here, this is after package has been downloaded, third-party libraries or any libraries has been in Artifactory for a longer time used by application. So I configured everything and attach a scope of my watch. What is my watch role? Here you can see here, I have a watch role. So let me go to my watch role. The watch has been configured with my repositories as well as my build, which is my Spring project. I can see here, Spring Pet Clinic, and also I have my release bundle. I configured it. So this will help me to do for this watch for all my packages. Just on a call out, this is not a critical. I want to call out when I'm creating a package. There's a one bug I found is JFrog Artifactory does not accept. For a few minutes, it took me when I was creating an watch. The error I used to get as an watch is not valid. It took me for some time. I was thinking my issue was within my project or resources. For a long time, I was playing around with the multiple options. And finally, I realized that the issue was not within my project or resource. The issue is within special character where I called as a watch call and I did it, which I followed the same thing on my policy. But in watch, it does not accept special characters. You can see here, I tried these 3 combinations. It did not accept it. So I haven't tried other, but I'll open this as a bug. Right now, once I'm done with these policies, now I'll go back to my application, which is part of my build. Already I created this stuff previously, so I'm not gonna run through my CLI here. Right, so you can see part of this project. You can see here my Spring project, which I did it today morning. Oh, sorry, not today. It's the 20th. So you can see here, I do have my X-ray data. So this is where it shows me all my kind of a vulnerabilities has been downloaded. So you can see here I have a critical, medium, all the stuff. So if you see here, this is where between these two, where I triggered using my pipeline or a CLI, where I was uploading my package and I did a build scan. That is where I get all this vulnerability has been got. So the X-ray is more here after the package when you're doing it, but this is more for anything coming from inbound, where we see in a curation policies is this is a line, and this is a policies and watches are between these two, right? So from here, as you can see that most of the stuff I do, it's from CLI, I was doing it. Same thing, you can configure your CI/CD pipelines, either using GitHub Actions or Jenkins, right? And same thing, you can do a packaging of this in a V2. You can expect all this stuff, information has been available for during a process. So you will not see any difference because I can see here there's certain rules has been failed for me. In today's project, this is. So because I have a very strict rule that cannot be promoted to a next environment. So when I was doing it, you can see all the stuff, and also you can see this X-ray report of my that build package where it went through. So this is same thing, same information, at least from my learning was, it's the same thing related to this package. The build information will be as part of my release bundle. But if my release bundle has more than one build information, then I can see all this multiple build vulnerabilities. I can see it in as a consolidation view for under my release bundle V2. All right. And now I think by going out to that, I think I'm pretty much covered this week's scenarios. I hope, I think I don't see I missed anything on this one, but I'm gonna capture anything if I missed out in my next video. All right. I hope you got in everything information for this week, what I learned. So definitely I'm gonna see that next steps. And also I was engaged with a customer on curation, so I'll capture that best practices. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next Friday.